All right, who do we have here? We have Raheem, and we are playing with the black pieces. Let's see what Raheem is going to play. Okay, okay. Opponent is making a lot of weird pawn moves here. Cannot be good. Cannot be good, but let's just focus on developing our pieces and just castling our king to safety. Let me play this move. My opponent might strike with this move. I feel like playing a move like this so I can fianchetto. All right, my opponent wants to do double fianchetto. The way my opponent is playing this slowly should not be too good. Should not be too good. But let's see what I can get in this game. I feel like pushing this pawn forward now. Okay, my opponent just strikes that way. So let's do this. If my opponent captures here, I'm happy to capture here. I would love to play a move like this just to make sure this bishop is sad just looking at its own pawn. But there's an issue here. If I play a move like this, my opponent captures and I can't really capture here because that will be a piece. Okay, so let's go here. Let's proceed with fianchettoing the bishop. Maybe a move like this is also good. Let's see. I'd like to quickly just start an attack, try to punish my opponent for all of the pawn moves, but it just doesn't work that way, I guess. I'm preparing this pawn break. That's a pawn break I would love to go for. I now feel like capturing here, but I really do not get anything from doing that. Okay, let's say I push pawn forward and then my opponent just captures here. Can't I ignore and just play a move like this? Because I really feel like just ignoring it. With ideas of maybe capturing here and having this move. Alright, let's go here. Okay, let's say I push pawn forward. What if my opponent captures here? I still do not have an issue capturing this way. Alright, let's go forward this way. That looks like a pawn, but I really do not think it is a pawn. Because at the end of the day, okay, my opponent is saying, bro, it is a pawn. So let's capture here first. Ooh, my opponent has this capture. My opponent has this capture and it comes with check. My opponent has that capture and it comes with check. Let's capture here first. And because he has this capture that comes with check, doesn't really look like I have a lot going on for me here. There's an issue here. If I capture here, my opponent is going to capture back this way. And I have a knight. Even though I play a move like this, my opponent can just capture here. My opponent is just fine. I think there's a lot to calculate here. Let's say I capture here. My opponent decides to recapture this way. And then I play a move like this, opening an attack on the bishop. I suspect my opponent is likely going to capture here. So what if I just ignore that and just play a move like this? My bishop is sitting here. I'm threatening to go here, checkmate. Then my opponent can capture here, hit my queen, and I'll be left with nothing. And if I play a move like this, I'm losing this because it comes with check. This move might not be that bad. Okay, let's say I capture here. Yes, I'm looking at capturing here now. Asking my opponent to recapture this way. And then I capture here. If my opponent captures here, I simply capture here. Ooh, that might be good. That might be good. So I capture here. Opponent has a bishop here. Wait, I go here. Opponent goes here. I capture here. If opponent recaptures here or recapture with any other thing, I can just win the bishop back and I should be fine. And if opponent decide to go capture here, I can capture here with check, pause the king away, and I should be fine. Let's go here. Let's grab here. I think I'm okay with this. My opponent captures here. I capture here with check. Notice something, my rook is already looking at that knight. And if my opponent decides to capture this way or this way, I have this capture. Ooh, I think I'm loving my position now. I'm in love with my position now. Let's go here. Now they have to move this. Where are they moving it to? Alright, that's a nice move. Let's keep it defended this way. I would love to keep the queens on the board because this diagonal is looking really juicy. If I could keep the queens on the board, my opponent might get in trouble here. Opponent is piling up here. That we cannot allow. So let's say I play a move like this. The knight just has to move. And maybe the knight moves here. If the knight moves there, I feel like just going somewhere here. What if I even pin this knight right now? Let's say I pin the knight right now. What is my opponent going to play? Oh, opponent has this move. If I play any move like this, opponent has this move. And there's a pin on my pawn. So let's push this. I think this should be a stronger move. This should be a stronger move. Opponent does not have this because I just capture with my bishop. And what about this move? We need to watch out. Okay, my opponent doesn't have that move. I have a pawn looking at that square. I would love to play a move like this and go for this. But the problem is expect my opponent to play this. And if my opponent plays that, I do not have any of those moves anymore. I'm looking at just getting a tempo here. Wow, opponent. Wow. I could just capture there if I wish. Let's say I play a move like this. That's a pin. Why did my opponent play that? Capturing here and going for that. No, not really necessary. Let's say I go for this immediately. Maybe my opponent sacks here. That's just a sacrifice, bro. The sacrifice doesn't do nothing. Let's go here. That's a pin. And I'm just threatening to capture here next. Alright, that's a sacrifice that I'm not buying. I do not think it does anything. I expected that. Capturing here comes to mind, but Capturing there is not really possible. I feel like playing a move like this, just trying to set up a trap. What if we go here? The plan is just to go here, trade. We are winning. Why not trade material? That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's go here. I feel like going here. Let's go here. I want trades. I'm also looking at a move like this. For now, it doesn't really do much because my opponent has this move. They always have to play a move like this. I'm also looking at just going here. Opponent lands, start, check. Opponent won't start. Let's land a check here. Ooh, this move might just force a trade. Or maybe my opponent is going to play this move. If they play that move, I'm looking at this check. And if they don't play that move, I think I have this. And I think I am forcing a trade. We have to be careful, guys. This bishop is very nasty. The successful check here is just checkmate, but there's no successful check here. Let's go here. This is just going to be a trade. There's no successful check. This is going to be a trade. And after the trade, my opponent has to move this. I have to move that. If they move it here, I feel like just going for this pin. But it's not really necessary. I could just play a move like this, hit this pawn while also hitting this pawn. Okay, position is completely winning now. Queens are off the board. There's no way I'm losing this. And we just ask for another trade here. The trade not getting much. I also feel like playing a move like this. Let's go for this. Should we go here? Trying to trade that. No, let's go for this instead. The knight are tricky. If I could remove the knight, that's a good move. But this is not. Looking at a move like this. If opponent captures here, that's music to my ears. So opponent should not be doing that. Let's go here. All right, how do we make progress here? I have to watch out, guys, so that I do not get fucked. The knights are full of tricks. The knights are full of tricks. I also feel like just playing a move like this. This evil knight. Playing a move like this doesn't make too much sense. Watching out for forks. I do not want to get it with the fork. Opponent has 3-minute time advantage and they have a tricky knight on the board. 3 minutes and a tricky knight. What am I doing? I want to go kick this evil piece away. That's exactly what I want to go do. I want to make sure I do not... Oh, guys, look at that check. Look at that check. Look at that check. That would have been a fork if I had played this move. Can't really make progress. This knight. Let's go here so we can play a move like this. I want to remove this evil rook from my half of the board. The rook is being too evil for my own liking. Let's kick this rook off. This knight is holding everything together in my opponent's position. That's a knight I would like to sack a rook for if I could get an extra pawn for it. But for now, sacking a rook for it is asking for trouble. Okay, let's say I go here now. What do I expect? Let's go here. I expect a check here. I want to start rolling my rook. I also start rolling my king here. Okay, I'm not really winning anything there. Or maybe I'm going to bring a rook here. Just sack something for this knight. And then start feasting on this pawn. I think that's my game plan. That's my game plan here. My rook is sitting on a light square. So if I can move my king on a dark square, I should not have too many issues. I should not have to. Opponent is trying to stop me from making progress. A move like this should make progress, I guess. Yes, a move like that should also make progress. Maybe I should have gone for that earlier. If I play a move like this, I suspect my opponent wants to do this. Okay. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That's insane. Watching out for forks, guys. The knights are full of tricks. Let's grab here. I'm also looking at just playing a move like this. Going for these pawns. And I have passed pawns that are running. My goodness me. My goodness me. How did I miss that? What am I doing? What am I doing? How did I miss that? How did I really miss that? I shouldn't have captured. I should have just waited a few moves. I really still need to still watch out for this. That's a nasty knight. That's a very nasty knight. We need to watch out for forks always. I'm up the exchange, but the knight is just controlling some very important squares. All right, I feel like going there. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not blundering a fork. Oh, chess is hard. These pieces. I'm looking at just sacking here, winning something. But I'm not going to win anything. Just win the pawn. My opponent has this move. I'm also looking at a move like this, trying to just go for this pawn on the extreme end. That's a pass pawn for my opponent, and they wish to start pushing it. And when they push the pawn, even if I play a move like this, doesn't do much. I'm looking at capturing here, then winning a pawn. But after I win a pawn, am I winning? There's some games to be played here. The game is just going to be equal if I sack here. What if I do not sack there and play a move like this? I am not making any progress. Okay, let's say I go here. My opponent saw that move coming and preparing for it. Preparing for it. Opponent wants to play a move like this. I'm looking at going behind this pawn. Something I'm looking at doing. Opponent is going to win this pawn, but I'm looking at winning this pawn. If I could trade these pieces, I should be chilling. So if my opponent strike me with this move, I feel like just going here first. And when they win this pawn, then I go behind and I should win this pawn. Look at this. Look at what I blundered. Look at that check. I missed it. I completely missed it, but this knight is annoying, so I should have even gone for the knight. Instead of trading the bishop when I did, I should have just gone for the knight. I think if this was a bishop on the end in the end game, I wouldn't be worrying too much. I wouldn't be missing this kind of fork. Okay, opponent doesn't want that. Okay, now we stay away from the fork. Opponent wants me to play a move like this so that they hit me with this fork. Instead, I'm going to play a move like this. Now, if opponent lands this check, okay, I feel like I thought I could just capture there, but I can't really capture there. But looks like I can just sack here and then go for this pawn. Then try to move closer to this pawn and win this pawn. And then start rolling these pawns. See a check coming here. I see the check coming. What if we go here? Still eyeing this pawn. I'm looking at this move. Although it looks like I'm eyeing the pawn, I'm not. The evil knight is holding on to this. Okay, now I should be. I'm hitting this. I'm hitting this. Playing that really fast. Hopefully I'm not blundering something. Okay, this pawn is about to fall, but the problem is I do not think I want to capture that pawn that way. Let's go here. Oh my god, I have to move fast. I do not want to capture this rook, because if I capture this rook, then my opponent can play a move like this. So let's capture this way. Let's start pushing pawn. Looking at going for this trade. I have to watch out for this fork, guys. I really have to watch out for this. The knights are tricky. Where's the knight going? Where's the knight going? Okay, I'm not saying. I think we have a trade here. The knight is usually a menace, and my opponent should be looking for the resign button. Opponent should be looking for this resign button here. Let's go here. And that's GG's.